subscribe and like the video.
Bro, in my head canon, you want to know what I think? In my head canon, Luka is super pro Palestine. Okay? Super pro Palestine. And he basically said, like, listen, I want to travel to the Gaza Strip. I want to actually put my life down and become a martyr for the Palestinian population. Okay? I think it's unconscionable what Israel's doing to the Palestinians. And then Miriam Adelson heard all of this while he was talking to Kyrie. Okay, because Kyrie obviously is also openly pro-Palestine, right? And turns out Luka is even more pro-Palestine than Kyrie. He was like, this is it. Like, it's messed up. Miriam Adelson hears about it and says, send his ass to Los Angeles. Okay? Exile him right now to Los Angeles. I don't care who you get in the trade. They asked everyone in the team if they condemn Hamas, and Luka said, I do not condemn Hamas. You will never. He said the people yearn for emancipation. The emancipatory yearning of a people is impossible to silence. You will not silence them. The Zionist entity must be dismantled. So they sent him to Los Angeles. Actually, Luka has been donating to Islamic Jihad for years. It's true. That literally makes more sense than the GM's actual explanation. I know, because I tried to understand what was going on, and it's impossible to decipher because it's kind of like, you know what it is? It reminds me of Trump's tariffs. Okay, not to make everything political, but it reminds me of Donald Trump's tariffs because it makes no sense. It's not like Donald Trump will oftentimes do things that at least have like a messed up logic behind it. I might not agree with it. I might say, I disagree with this decision. I think this is going to yield negative results. But at least there's some semblance of logic behind this decision-making process. Not here, though. I don't understand why the he's doing these tariffs because it just seemingly only harms him. It's like it only harms himself. Okay? Global trade benefits us. We are the country that designed global trade, okay, in a way that benefits us and our capital owners, obviously, not the regular American working class. But like, it makes no sense when you do tariff wars with 55% of your trading partners, right? It doesn't make any sense. And this trade reminds me of that, where it's like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? It doesn't make sense. Like, you just cut out unlimited potential from a relatively younger player because he got fat. It doesn't make any sense. And the decision-making process is so silly. I've listened to the GM talk side by side with Jason Kidd, and his face says a lot more than what the GM is saying. Okay? Nico Harrison is talking, and he's like, oh yeah, we made this decision because we're looking for team chemistry. And Jason Kidd's sitting there like, he's sitting there literally contemplating on the most creative way of killing himself. I've never seen a person literally look around for household items in front of him like, which one of these could impale me faster? Like, how could I make the most impact if I just seppuku'd myself right here in the press room? Okay? GM of the Mavericks is fat phobic. You're a casual little bro. That's true. That's true. I am a casual. Okay, I'm a passive consumer, not even a consumer of the NBA at all. Okay, I care more about the drama of the NBA. This is part of the reason why this is a funny story, because it's like such an insane trade. How is this emblematic of America's decline? Okay, let me think. Not to make everything about true. Hasan got some casual takes. Maybe you guys understand it and you can explain it to me, but for me, it doesn't make sense. Like, dude, if I'm living in Dallas, I would be killing myself. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what the hell's going on? How did this happen? How could this have happened? Somehow it's still Miriam Adelson's fault. They brought a coffin to the stadium. Oh no. I mean, this is what I mean. I'm from Dallas. I hate this team now. What do you mean? You're from Dallas. You have to love it regardless. You just have to suck it up. Biden couldn't destroy the Mavs in 4 years. It took Trump 12 days. I think you're seeing something in Jason Kidd that wasn't there. That's just his face. No. he looked like Azrael, the angel of death, was in the room, and he had also made peace. Okay, he had made peace with the angel of death. He literally was just like, yeah, okay, Jokic better and fatter. See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing that you're discounting. The fatter these white boys get, the better they get. It's like a speed buff. I don't know. Don't ask me questions. It doesn't make sense. It's just how it is. So you might be thinking, oh, this is an injured Luka. Okay, this is an injured Luka. Like he's gotten fatter than he ever has before. What you don't realize is it's prime Luka. The fatter he is, the better he is. This is how these guys work. Okay, I don't know why. The Balkans, they figured something out. Okay, but the tubbier they get, the better. The tubbier Luka gets, the better his pauses get. Okay, he can accelerate and decelerate faster somehow. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. How is he doing that? Everyone's asking these questions. How is he doing that? How does he constantly change speed when the person in front of him that is infinitely more athletic is unable to change speed at the same time? Why is he able to do that the fatter he gets? Nobody knows. Don't ask these questions, okay? You don't want the answers to these questions, little bro. The news, Luka was ours. Oh my God. 28.6 points per game, third best all time. 80 triple doubles. 5 all NBA first teams in the first 6 seasons. Luka was ours. Dude, damn, y'all mad? Are you insane? Look at him. He's only 25, Chad. It makes no sense. And think about it. First of all, I'm going to make a funny racism joke, but it's a white boy swagging out in the NBA in Texas. Okay? That's really important. On a team that demonstrates white boy swag and white boy excellence to begin with historically. So there's a lot of different plot lines here at play. They lost their DEI hire. It makes no sense. I mean, it's funny. I mean, great. It's great for LA. Le GM really gets what he wants. Yeah, LeBron is no longer just the general manager of the Lakers. He is now the general manager of the NBA. LeBron was like, I want Luka. Give me Luka. Make sure he's the fattest he's ever been. I want Luka to be here. I want him to play with Lanut, i.e. my son, i.e. Bronny. This fat bullshit is such obvious shit, talking from the mans of the media to take some of the heat off, but who would even buy this? I don't think anybody would buy this. LeBron didn't know about this trade. LeBron knows about every trade before it even happens. LeBron knows about trades that haven't happened yet.
Luka Doncic. I thought this could be ownership. I thought this could be ownership interference, but all the info we've gotten since it's happened indicates that this is one man, Nico Harrison, the GM. He's just out of his mind. He is a basketball and he is taking this plane down. This video was funny when it first came out. Now we know that this was genuine hatred. And this isn't Nico Harrison. This is Michael Finley. But it's like, you fat slob. Put down the beer, you animal. Nico Harrison first met with Rob Pelinka on January 7th to potentially talk about this move. And over the next month, he was groomed. They took his own hatred for Luka. His hatred of Luka was so deep that Rob Pelinka was able to talk him out of more first-round picks and Dalton Connect and more stuff by being like, you really are right. He's a fat, disgusting slob animal guy. He's trash. I mean, I'll do you this favor. I like you. I guess I'll take him. But God, man, this Luka guy, fat.
I mean, I learned about the classic background. I didn't know anything about the GM specifically, but like, they keep talking about his like Steph Curry fumble when he was at Nike. He didn't sign Steph Curry. He like fucked it up. I think he had like KD's name on the presentation. He was very rude to Steph Curry. It led Steph Curry to go and sign with Under Armour instead. So if you're confused by that, he's like, he's had some issues, right? I just don't understand why I just don't understand how he is still. Oh, you want to know? Yeah, he was not pronouncing Steph Curry's name correctly. You want to know? You want to know how unexpected this trade was? This trade was so unexpected and so insane that there wasn't an RDC skit immediately happening. That is how unexpected and insane this trade was. Kind of like the Trump tariffs, even though he signaled it. Even though he signaled it ahead of time. All right, I'm going to blast off on that note, and we're going to get into some news because holy shit, I've missed talking about politics in the past 24 hours, and it's happening. This is insane. Local talk radio seems to be saying this is ownership pushing back against players. That makes no sense. Okay, impossible to decipher. Wall Street impact, Elon takeover of government. The trade makes more sense with Dalton Connect and first picks and more first picks, but he hated him so much he got fleeced. Yeah, I mean that it does make sense. Dalton Connect also, very talented, fills a different role, but still, I mean, Luka's still better. Wall Street impact of the Luka trade. First of all, there is a real impact on the Luka trade. Yeah, I made it to the Japanese Communist Party Journal. Akahata wrote about me. Read about me in the Japanese newspaper, baby. At the Akahata. Hold on. Explain the Luka trade like the Trump tariffs. Impossible to decipher. Wall Street impact. Elon take over the government. U.S. sovereign wealth fund. Later, Miskiff and I learn to twerk. Hog tariff take. Do we have a blast off meme? Is there a video of your visit? Is there a video of my visit? Breaking. Tariffs pause for Canada. Wait, what? No, I don't want to put Ethan Klein in my blast off chatters. I don't want... Ew. Who's still in Japan with you? March. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're doing it. Boom. Blasted. There were ice raids happening as well. Or not ice raids, sorry. There were anti-ice protests happening as well. On the 101 in Los Angeles. We'll talk about that as well. Trump is freezing the tariffs. Breaking news. Let's get into it.
He will pause the 25% tariffs
I'll be back in a
on
second.
Mexican imports. We have reporters in Mexico City and in the North Lawn of the White House.
I'm glad, I'm glad that he's at least putting a pause on it, and it was just him being. He was doing what is it, the madman theory or whatever. He was behaving Nixonian like. So he's putting a pause on the tariffs. Oh, I'm pausing them. It didn't make any sense. Oh.
Let's go straight to CNN's Valeria Leon in Mexico City for the latest. Valeria, midnight was the deadline here where tariffs were supposed to be implemented. They're not now. Why?
So in a surprising shift, tariffs on Mexican goods are now on pause after President Sheinbaum and President Trump reached an agreement. So rather than presenting today Mexico's response to the Trump administration tariffs, President Sheinbaum confirmed that she had a conversation with President Trump this morning, what she described as a long call of 45 minutes to talk about immigration issues and the interest that both countries have in reducing fentanyl consumption. Both governments reached an agreement to secure the border. Mexico has agreed on deploying National Guards to the Mexico-U.S. border, and the Mexican president said that she asked Trump to cancel tariffs on Mexican products, which Sheinbaum said that Trump agreed to. Mexico's economy minister, Marcelo Ebrard, will be in charge of this negotiation with U.S. government officials. Let's put the tariffs on pause forever. That's what Mexico's president suggested to Trump this morning, but they agreed to pause tariffs for 1 month. Part of the agreement, she explained, has to do with the U.S. government committing to reducing the traffic arms into Mexico.
Valeria Leon, thanks so much. I want to turn to CNN's Kevin Liptak, who joins me now from the North Lawn at the White House. Kevin, there was also a call with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau this morning. We haven't heard of any pause there, but there is supposed to be another one this afternoon. Is this just a bilateral Mexico-U.S. thing, or do we expect another pause also applying to the Canadians?
Yeah, at this point, this only applies to Mexico. And I'll tell you, after that phone call with Justin Trudeau, officials I talked to on the Canadian side were not all that optimistic about a last-minute reprise from these tariffs. But of course, they have scheduled up this follow-up conversation at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And it remains to be seen whether Trump will extend the same 1-month pause on those 25% tariffs on Canada, as he did on Mexico. One thing that we've heard from officials this morning is that the negotiations with the Mexicans that occurred throughout the weekend were going much better than the conversations were going with the Canadians.